there, episode 12. We did miss last week. It was Canadian Thanksgiving, and I was doing Thanksgiving dinner with my family and Thanksgiving weekend, and it was a busy weekend. Today is a little bit different. So today's Spirituality Speaks, as you can see, I'm in my jammies, I got my coffee, and we are just hanging out today, and we're just chatting, and we are real talking in jammies and horrible hair and all the jazz, right? So what I wanted to talk about today for Spirituality Speaks is detachment. This has been coming up a lot in my current circle, my world. The light from the windows coming in is kind of nice, but detachment. We as spiritual healers, okay, for those of you that are watching this, that are spiritual healers, we need to really understand that just because you can doesn't mean you should. Should, to me, is the worst word in the English language. And in reality, it is not our responsibility to ensure someone else heals. It is not our responsibility to follow up with somebody else to ensure they did their healing, to ensure that they looked at the thing that was going to help them with their healing or their shadow work. Just because we can see it doesn't mean they can. And you have to be able to meet people where they're at. Groany validation dog over here. It's the hardest thing to do, especially when it's someone you love, right? When it's someone that you love, friend, family, partner, doesn't matter. It is so difficult to have that detachment because you don't want to see them hurt. You don't want to see them fail. And you want to do everything you can in your power to help them. But there comes a point when help, can become enabling. And you have to be careful. Because you'll hear a lot of healers talk about self-care, self-love, self-worth, doing the work yourself in order to help others. When you're on an airplane in a 3D fashion, when you're on an airplane and it's going down and they tell you to put on your own oxygen mask first and then your child's, it's because if you pass out, your child dies. Does that make sense? Same goes in a spiritual sense. We need to practice discernment with our energy, and we need to practice the art of detachment, emotional detachment. Emotions are a 3D construct. We are human beings. We live in this meat sack, right? And this meat sack is a human being here on Earth in 3D world, has emotions. And those emotions can rule our lives, right? And here's the thing about spirituality, about going through ascension. When you go through ascension, okay, and people talk about their dark night of the soul, and usually it's the catalyst that brought them into ascension. Know that your dark night of the soul is not a one and done, my friends. Okay? Every time there's a huge upgrade, every time there's a huge level up for you in vibration, okay, you have some form of dark night of the soul. It's equilibrium. First rule of alchemy, right? Everything in the world, everything in the universe, in this universe, I specify, okay, goes by the rule of alchemy. The rule of alchemy is that which has been taken must be replaced. Equal energy exchange between an inanimate object. There's an equal energy exchange going on right now with me in this chair. There's an equal energy exchange going on right now with me and you. As you watch this, as I give my energy, and I will feel my energy tonight when this comes out. 3D construct, we're all in this meat sack. We're all human beings. We all have emotions. When you go through ascension and you start opening up more and you start recognizing that these emotions, right, that are triggered by whatever they're triggered by, when you're going through spiritual, enlightenment, ascension, whatever you want to call it, you start to recognize the triggers or the root of these issues, because you expand your mind to such a sense. You expand your mind to such a sense that you start to notice everything, all the little details of everything of the world, which is so beautiful and gorgeous, can be overwhelming. Allow yourself grace. Okay. Every upgrade, take a bit of time to make sure that you process it, right? And can integrate it into your life. Because if you just keep getting downloads and skipping over and skipping over and skipping over without integrating any of those, you're not healing, honey. You're not going through nothing. You're literally just part of the club. You're in it as a 3D human to be part of the club. You got to take the time to actually integrate the lessons. And that is how the healing and the growth happens. Right? And so as a 3D human being, we have these emotions. You go through spiritual ascension, you get to a 4D, you start understanding 5D and dimensions. And what this does is expands your mind to a sense of consciousness, opens your mind. That's why they say people that are closed-minded are open. That's why. You're opening your mind to a state of consciousness in which you can recognize the triggers. You can recognize the root of what is causing you that emotional upset. Okay, whether it's a positive or a negative, doesn't matter. That emotional upset. So as you go through ascension, that's why they talk about finding inner peace and how spiritual people are so calm. That's why. Because we recognize it for what it is, which is a 3D ego construct. Emotion is a 3D ego construct. Recognize your emotions, understand your emotions, be aware of them. That's how you can then start to detach from the outcome. Very, very wise woman once said to me, you can plan the event, you cannot plan the outcome. And the same goes when you are helping a friend, even in school. If you're a younger person watching this and you're in school and you want to help a friend, or you want to help them to see something or help them grow, you can show them the water. You can't make them drink. And if you spend all of your time showing everybody the water and getting frustrated and emotional because they're not drinking, you're going to die of starvation, of dehydration, because you yourself are also not drinking. Put the oxygen mask on yourselves first. And detach from any responsibility or accountability to other people's healing. Okay? We are all empaths. Every human being on the planet is an empath. We all have different abilities, gifts, right? Validation puppy. We all have different abilities. We all have different gifts. We all have different things that we do. Learn from one another, but without expectation. When you walk into a relationship, a situation, a conversation, a job interview, a coffee with a friend, a date, when you walk into any moment in your life where you have an expectation, you are already going to be disappointed. And if you walk into something with an expectation, you are not allowing yourself to see the beauty of what is versus what you want it to be. And I think that was the very powerful message for today. And mastering that art of detachment from other people's shit. Because we cannot control other people. We can't control the outcome. So in our little worlds, in our little spaces, and I mean, this is the thing, is 80s, 90s babies. I mean, we were taught that that's selfish. We were taught negative words towards doing things for ourselves. So then we all across the board have a trauma response to doing things for ourselves first and finding worth in that. Being proud of ourselves for following through, being proud of ourselves for organizing, being proud of ourselves for getting that sale, being proud of ourselves for writing those cards or writing that book or making that product. Being proud of ourselves for coming up with that module or program or reading for people that's going to help people. This video. I'm proud of me that I stepped up for today. I had some people, unfortunately, cancel. It is what it is. So today, you have me talking about detachment, the art of detachment, in my jammies. That's okay. I still stepped up. I still showed up. I'm still here. It doesn't matter how I present. As long as I'm honest, I'm worthy. A very interesting woman that I follow on TikTok. And she's on other socials too, but her name is Lindy English or Lindsay English, but Lindy English. She's an artist and she makes and creates these healing boxes. Okay, and in these boxes are different kinds of artwork and different kinds of like notebooks, workbooks, educational items, and tools to help you heal from multiple different things. Okay. And she does a class on TikTok, a free class on TikTok. I think it's Tuesdays, but I can't remember. You guys will have to go follow her on TikTok. Lindy English or Lindy Art. It might be under Lindy Art, Lindy Art. In her class, I learned, and this is the beauty of things on TikTok, your worth does not change ever. Your value and your worth is not a sliding scale. It's not something that someone else decides. It's not something that lessens or gains depending on your actions. You are 100% worthy 100% of the time. Your soul. So the reason I did this show is because I've learned so much from so many different amazing women and men in my lifetime. But another thing I learned is your soul. Your soul cannot be broken. Your soul cannot be cracked. Your soul cannot be dirty. It cannot have a mark on it. Your soul is 100% worthy 100% of the time. And truly believing that is a challenge. It's not something that happens easily. And we all can move back into that victim state, right? I've been through severe trauma in my life from childhood till now. And, you know, we can very easily come back into that victim state of things are happening to me, not for me, and of losing our sense of worthiness. No matter how far along on our path we are, no matter how high we vibrate, every healer will tell you that they still have days. Because they're human. And that's what humans do. And when you recognize that you are a human in a meat sack, in a 3D world on Earth, to learn these lessons, you see them and you go, thank you for the lesson, Spirit, right? You see them and you learn the root of it and you integrate those lessons and you watch your life change right in front of your eyes. And it's so powerful. And it's not easy. If it was, everyone would do it. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of things that work for some people and don't work for other people. But I've said on this show enough how many times, right? Take what resonates. You got to go find somebody that resonates. So, some people that watch the show, Spirituality Speaks, do not know about some of the other things that I do. And I didn't really want to use this platform for any type of advertising, but I feel like right now this is probably pretty poignant. So on my Romax Studios website, we have a special for Spooktober. It's 25% off on all the crystals. I have some here, like this beautiful set, Kesara with Sunstone Sphere. I think that one's $50. Yeah, so $50, you get 25% off right now until the 31st if you use coupon code Spooktober22. I'll put all the stuff in the description. But there's like some massive spheres, a whole bunch of different kinds of crystals that I have up there. And I'm doing the special for October because I love October. It's my favorite time of the year. And I already had my Halloween decorations up like October 2nd. But I also have my cards up there. I make oracle decks. They're up there too. But I'm trying to launch something right now for you guys. It's called SGI, Spiritual Guides International. And there's 6 of us across the world in different countries that want to be able to provide to you guys something that's multiple different abilities across the board, all in one spot. And we're trying to build it so that we can heal people more. Because who doesn't want to help people, right? We all do. And that's kind of the thing, is I need the funds in order to do so. And normally I would not pitch myself like this. And here I am, being like, hey guys, please go check out my website. Please buy some shit at 25% off. Because, you know, trying to raise the funds to get this off the ground so that you guys can see it and get involved in it. Hopefully launches November 11th. Check out my TikTok, Romak, ROMAK_studios, if you want more information on that. But yes, if you've stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Thanks for going through my sales pitch. Definitely comment down below if you are looking for an intro call with me. I can do a 15-minute to half-hour free intro call to talk about detachment and being in a 3D meat sack. And what that means and how to take the lessons and integrate them into your world so that the spiral that happens in life and as a human, when it comes back around, because the lesson's going to come back around, my friends, it's not a healing one and done. That's the biggest perspective change that needs to happen. It is not you heal it and you're done with it. Okay? You are forever healing, forever learning. The sooner you realize that, the easier this whole process will be for you. So it's not a one and done. So next time that spiral comes around and that lesson hits you again, okay, you're going to learn a deeper part that you couldn't see the first time. But if you didn't take that lesson and you didn't integrate the changes into yourself and your life that lesson taught you, if you do not actually follow through and make the changes, the next time that lesson comes is going to be just like the first time, all over again. And you're going to be sitting there going, what the hell, man? I just went through this. I thought I figured this out. That's why. Integration. Very important. But yeah, definitely follow me on TikTok. I follow some amazing people. I share their stuff all the time. I've done some amazing interviews on here with some amazing healers, right? If I say amazing one more time. But honestly, it's to wrap it up, because we're coming up to the wrap up time. So to wrap it up, honestly, when you are feeling overwhelmed with emotion, okay, it's not about disassociating, because that's toxic and dangerous. It's about detachment, taking yourself emotionally out of the situation, practicing the pause so that you can respond rather than react. I hope that made sense to y'all today. And I hope you all had a coffee to enjoy this episode with. All right, we're going to do a deep breath now. Oh, also, this is all my artwork. If you go to Redbubble, you can get this on a print. These mountains, this is Three Sisters Mountains in Airdrie, Alberta. Or sorry, in Canmore, Alberta. Wow. In Canmore, Alberta. I painted it when I lived in Airdrie. So we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to ground. And we're going to be grateful for the lessons, because they teach us how to grow. Groany puppy. They teach us how, thank you for the validation, Rogue, my German Shepherd. But they teach us how to grow. These lessons are not here just to hurt us. That's not what it's about. They're here to teach us. Be teachable, please. It makes the hugest difference in your world. And it's for you, not for anybody else. All right. When I blow out, I always try to relax my whole body. So I'm blowing out all the tension and stress and bringing in spirit to fill that space. First rule of alchemy, if you take it out, you got to fill it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe. And I will put my link tree below in the descriptions. You guys can click the link tree. Follow me on the socials if you don't already. I love you all, and I hope you have a great day.